Good morning, Northwest. I'm Devin.
And I'm Katie.
And we'd like to welcome you to Titan Connect. Please stand for the pledge. Put your right hand over your heart and your left hand by your side and say it with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for dress code check.
And she's not wearing blue today.
Yay, we can see Katie.
You may be seated.
Yearbooks are on sale for $36, or did it go back to $35?
Or 37.
Or $37, it's somewhere in that price range. And yeah.
Go to our website.
Yeah, go to our website.
Good morning, Northwest. This is Katie with this week's Positivity Project, Character Strength, Kindness. The character strength of kindness means that you are generous to others and you are never too busy to help out. You enjoy doing good deeds for other people.
Here are some synonyms you may recognize for the character strength of kindness: caring, thoughtful, considerate, selfless, compassionate, and generous.
Remember, a person can be kind every single day. As you go through your day, be sure to look for opportunities where you can demonstrate the character strength of kindness.
And now for Mr. Agnott.
Good morning, Northwest. Great to see everybody on this cool Wednesday morning. So for our Wednesday, this day in history, we have three things that are going on that I wanted to portray here. So we have the first one here is where his name was Terry Anderson. He was a journalist. He worked with in the Middle East as a correspondent. In 1985, he was kidnapped in Lebanon, in Beirut, and he was held captive by the group that some of you might be familiar with. They're in the news a lot right now on what's going on with Israel and Palestine is Hezbollah. And that group had kidnapped him in 1985, and he was released 6.5 years later. There was 91 European correspondents that were working in Lebanon during this time, during the civil war that was taking place over there. So he was one of the ones that was captured, an American, who then later was released and came back to the United States. He ended up suing the Iranian government and received a multi-million-dollar payout for the time that he was held captive during those 6.5 years. In the middle picture, again, there's some World War I and World War II things that are going on in here. So where it says Polish, hiding Polish Jews, this would be during the time of the Holocaust, so from 1938 to 1945. Some of you, I believe in 8th grade ELA, you're going to be learning a little bit about the Holocaust. I know in 7th grade in social studies class, probably in 4th quarter when you guys get to World War II, you guys will be talking and discussing a little bit about what the Holocaust was, what happened, and in this particular picture here is we're just showing the bravery of Christians throughout Germany, throughout Poland, throughout other areas of Eastern and Western Europe, who were hiding Jewish citizens from the Gestapo and from the Nazi Germany to help them from not going to concentration camps, going to ghettos and so forth. So, and why that they were extremely brave to do this is because being caught with hiding Jews did come at times with them being also sent to the concentration camps or to be killed. So that there was definitely a lot of risk in that, but they were capable of doing that and saving a lot of lives. So we wanted to recognize that on December 4th. And then the last one is right, it was 1917, and you guys are going to learn about this again in 7th grade and in some in 8th grade social studies. It was called the shell shock syndrome. So this was during the time of trench warfare where soldiers would be living on the front lines in these wars for several days, several weeks, and maybe even several months. And their day would pretty much consist of living in really horrible conditions, poor food, poor water, wet conditions. They were some situations they were called trench foot, where they would have to amputate your feet because they were so soaked out from all of the mud and the water that they had to live in. And the shell shock actually came from it was just 24/7, 7 days a week of having to deal with listening to bombs, gunfire, just stuff that we see in war when we watch movies and television shows or even in our video games. But these guys were living it, and the shell shock became such to the point where their body would literally be just shaking from just the trauma that they had to go through, and the mental illness that was part of that. So that was really the beginnings of what we know today as PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, that they started doing that research in World War I. And then post World War I, dealing with these patients and trying to figure out what was going on with them because they had just broken mentally from the ugliness of war. So those were our three for December 4th. I just wanted to make a quick mention, even though it will be on Saturday, is December 7th. December 7th, 1941 is also a day similar to what we do with September 11th of 2001. December 7th was the official attack, a surprise attack that took place in World War II when Japanese kamikaze pilots flew a secret mission to the island of Hawaii, which was a naval base at that time where we had our warships, submarines, and so forth of our naval fleet in the Pacific Ocean, that they attacked those ships and causing great damage and a lot of military killed on that day. So December 7th, 1941 was also the day that President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, then officially declared war on Japan. So just wanted to mention that since it is December 7th coming up this Saturday. So guys, I hope you stay warm today. I know tomorrow we got our basketball teams playing, so good luck to our basketball teams tomorrow. And we're going to wrap it up by always being respectful, being responsible, and being safe. Have a great Wednesday, Titan family.